The Carmen and Jurko Show, I do believe, was the first to report right around St. Patrick's Day that the Bears were likely to get hard knocks.
Carm, you were on that one.
Yes. Well, I had heard from
somebody in the building and somebody outside of the building, as you describe it.
Oh, I had first heard back over St. Patrick's Day weekend from someone that we could just say that is very well connected to the National Football League that it was said to me, hey, the Bears are getting hard knocks. And I said, really? Kind of dug a little bit deeper. I said, well, I guess I'm not surprised when you start lining it up. And he goes, and I said, like, something I should report, or do I need a, as the reporter, I mean, you need two sources.
Right,
I'm not a reporter anymore. I'm like, hey, maybe I'll talk about it with Jurko.
You're an entertainer.
And the guy said, look, he goes, I can't say for 100% certainty, but I'm telling you.
You got a feeling.
The word around the campfire.
The word.
From those inside the league is that the Bears are going to be the hard knocks team. And then about a month later, I had heard the same thing from someone inside the building. That the Bears didn't want it. I love Kevin Warren's statement, by the way. The Bears absolutely, they've made no secret of this. The Bears do not want to be on Hard Knocks. George has never wanted to be on it. The league has sort of acquiesced over the years to the Bears' wishes because of the family's standing within the league. They respect the McCaskey family very much. This is the charter franchise. There is no NFL without Papa Bear and without the McCaskey family. And so they have sort of acquiesced over the years. This year they basically said, sorry, George. Too good. Too much hype around your team. It's Chicago. It's Caleb Williams. We're not going to cut you a break. Like, this is it. You're doing it. We won't bother you again for a very long time, but you're doing it. And now it's official. The Bears will be the Hard Knocks team.
Are you excited about it?
Am I excited about it?
I hope it puts pressure on them to practice well. That's what I hope it does. Because if the world sees what I saw last year, they're going to be exposed.
But can people even really glean through that?
I'm just letting you know.
On Hard Knocks.
I'm letting you know.
I like the way you asked that question. Am I excited about it? I don't know if I'm excited, but okay.
In August, in preparation, you get a chance to kind of know who your funny people are.
I'm not upset about it.
Right.
Some people are upset. They think it's a jinx. They think it's a distraction. Abdallah told me we were recording our odds couple earlier. Adam was helping us today because Eric Ostrowski's out. And Adam said the Bears went from like minus 110 to make the playoffs to minus 115 to miss. So I think the betting market might have been affected by it a little in the last 24 hours, because people do view it as look what happened to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets last year. Like it's some. So there's no jinxes. I mean, come on.
They think the quarterback's going to tear his
Achilles?
Don't
even say it.
What's going on?
There's no jinxes. It's got nothing to do with nothing. I mean, that's good English there, isn't it?
Yeah, nothing to do with nothing.
Let's face it. But is it an added distraction that they don't need? I don't know. I don't know how to answer that. I mean. How do you prove that one way or another? Really?
Here's your problem. If you got people that try to entertain the cameras, then you're going to have a problem. If you got people playing to the cameras, you're going to have a problem. There's going to be guys mic'd up. If you get guys, playing to the mic. If you're doing what you normally do and you're natural at what you do, then it shouldn't be an issue for you. They'll gather the footage. They'll put the footage out. The Bears will have the final say of what can and can't be used. And boom, it hits the airwaves and everybody sees what's going on.
Are you excited about it?
No, but it won't be. I haven't watched Hard Knocks since Antonio Brown destroyed himself. Remember that when he was with the Raiders?
I do. That's kind of like the distraction you don't need, right?
Right, but Antonio Brown was heading that direction already. That's why Mike Tomlin said goodbye to him.
That's true.
Mike Tomlin goes, okay, I know how to deal with this. Goodbye.
That's true.
We got to get rid of you. Like Chase Claypool. Goodbye.
Yes.
Claypool's been on what? How many teams now? This is his third team after Pittsburgh, right?
Wait, where did he end up? Did Claypool move on from the Dolphins, too?
Yes, he's moved on from the Dolphins.
Buffalo, right?
Yeah.
So he's on a fourth team.
Yeah.
In like a year and a half, right? I mean, right? Pittsburgh, Chicago, Miami, Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tomlin, you're right. Tomlin seems to he's got a good pulse on that stuff.
He knows. I'm telling you what needs to be done.
See ya.
You don't do it. Okay, no problem. You've told me what you wanted. You're gone. And that's what happened. Antonio Brown never really had a year.
No.
After he left the Pittsburgh Steelers.
He did not.
He never produced the way he produced for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the 6-year run he had with the Steelers were unbelievable.
Incredible.
Unbelievable. They asked me if he's a Hall of Fame player, even though he's a pain in the ass. The answer is yes, because his level of exceptionalism was through the roof. And I don't know, the judgment then would be, was he a less or a greater pain in the ass than Terrell Owens was? And I think Terrell Owens had a greater career over the course of a lifetime, Over the course of his career.
Oh, yeah, I would agree.
Terrell Owens' career was better.
I would agree.
Than Antonio Brown. But Antonio Brown, at one point, if he could have replicated the first 6 into the next 6, might have been talked about as a top 5 receiver of all time.
Yeah, you're right.
Except he went and he shot himself in the foot, and you can't do that. Self-inflicted, early, sabotaging your own career is kind of the dumbest way to go out, don't you think? That's like the dumbest thing in the world you can do.
Here were his prime years. Here's his yards. This is Antonio Brown. Called 1,500, 1698, 1834, 1284, 1553, 1297.
Yeah, 6 years.
And that's when they finally had enough of him after 2018. And when Jurko says the yardage after that, you ready? And he fought some injury here, but 56, 483, 545.
Yeah, he had 15 touchdowns that year, too. And you're willing to say goodbye to a guy that's got 15 touchdowns.
And 1,500 yards.
Yeah.
Or 1,300 yards.
1,300. Goodbye.
Bye.
How big of a pain in the ass do you have to be for a team to have to no, we don't want this anymore.
He really was something.
Yeah.
Man. You forget how good. 13 touchdowns.
He
10,
was
12, 9, 15.
Spectacular.
My God.
Harmy was spectacular.
Ugh.
And then he started videotaping himself when social media came out and all that
know.
crap. TikTok, you don't stop. All of a sudden, he's doing that crap in the locker room.
I know.
In the locker room.
As like the coach is talking about, we don't need distractions, right?
Yeah.
Before we go where they were going to the AFC title game, is that right?
I still think he's a Hall of Famer, though.
Yeah, with like that, with
those
that prime
numbers
run,
are unbelievable.
it's hard to say no.
Yeah.
But so that's the last time you watched Hard Knocks?
The last time I watched Hard Knocks is when he was on there making a fool of himself.
I don't think the Bears have anybody in their locker room to worry about like that.
I hope not.
I don't.
I hope not. Like I said, the teammates will know. If somebody starts acting different, the teammates will know. And hopefully they get called on the carpet right away. Like, Mr. Entertainer, movies, whatever.
Yeah.
Going for an Oscar here. You got to know that.
Bears fans, do you care one way or another? Like, do you feel super passionate about this one way or another? Bad, distraction, jinx, awesome, great exposure. It'll be fun. Something else to do in August leading up to the start of the season. The first episode will be on August 6th, and I believe the last one is September 3rd on HBO.
6 straight years of 100-plus receptions, Carm. We didn't even talk about that.
For Brown, AB.
100 straight, 100-plus receptions every single one of those years.
Those teen years.
He averaged
teens
double-digit touchdowns on an average during all that time. A 16-game season, too, back before we had the 17th game.
Insanely good.
Hey, it'll compare up against the best 6-year run of a lot of guys.
Yes. Dare I say almost any receiver ever, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe Moss and Rice a little bit.
Moss and Rice. And
a little different.
But it'd match up with probably a 6-year run, but 6 in a row.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about
right.
picking and choosing and getting out of a 21-year season the 6 best years.
Right.
I'm talking about a 6-year run in a row.
Pretty remarkable.
Yeah.
312-332-3776 if you want to ring us up. It's Carmen and Jurko live at 93 Octane in St. Charles at the Pride Stores.